So, wonder what kind of day it is today. It's cloudy, and yeah, I can smell that moisture. Seems like a good day to make an E3 video. How is it going, everybody? I am Huskiesghost, bringing you a series I finally got a name for. Let's talk games. So, you know what? By the time this recording is until next week, we enter E3 2017. And man, I really wish I could be as excited as I've always been. I got a job now, you know, and sadly this job is going to interfere. There's a little bit of me watching some of the events live. But of course I will catch up onto it as soon as I get home. But you know what, E3 is coming next week, and this is a good time to speculate and just kind of predict what to expect for. Or in other words, this is just my wish list because none of it ever comes true. Except for maybe 2. So let's go ahead and get things started. I want to go ahead and kick off with Sony's conference. Sony's PlayStation, you know, has always been, it's been blowing our minds as of late. I mean, they announced The Last of Us 2, Crash Bandicoot, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn, got the new God of War coming. This is all these, a lot of good games coming. And some of those games have come and they never failed. So what is it about E3 2017 I'm actually looking forward to? Well, I'll tell you. One thing I really do hope they will be able to talk a little more about is Crash Bandicoot. Probably not for the conference, but maybe a little bit behind the scenes. I kind of hope they kind of talk a little more about the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy before it comes out, because the Insane Trilogy is actually hitting shows by the end of this year. I mean, by the end of this month. I goofed up there, I know. But even though it's coming at the end of this month, I think we kind of already seen what we wanted to see for the Insane Trilogy. There's one game in particular for the Crash Bandicoot series that we keep hoping it will surface, and that will be Crash Team Racing. Will we ever get anything about Crash Team Racing, you know, remade and with online features and such? I don't know, but you know what, it'd be pretty exciting if they actually end up saying something or a hint that it's in development, or they're at least thinking about it. Now, they did announce that they're going to talk a little bit about The Last of Us 2, probably towards the end of the conference. What I'm hoping for is some gameplay footage. One of the bad things we get about E3 is that we always get a lot of cinematic footage. You know, it's just we see a lot of CGI trailers and all that, and we never really see actual gameplay. When The Last of Us 2 was announced, it was a CGI trailer, and that's fine. You know, it shows, you know, it's in the works. For E3 coming up, and they say that they're going to talk more about The Last of Us 2. I hope they show some gameplay. I kind of do want to see how the gameplay looks. And I'm hoping it's not too different from the first one, but I do hope they add a little more to it, to the second one, because I don't really like going through any more places that involves 75% walking, 50% fighting. You know, it's just But other than that, I really can't say what else I really want to see come for Sony's conference. So you know what, surprised me. You know, I'm really looking forward to what PlayStation has in store this time. Now for Nintendo's conference, the Nintendo Spotlight is what they're calling it this time. They're saying that they got a lot of big surprises coming. I hope they do, because so far the Switch has not been a disappointment to me. I'm actually loving the hell out of this thing. And I'm really itching for more games to come for the Switch. I already do got a good amount of games for the Switch. You know, I got Lego City, I got 1-2 Switch, Binding of Isaac, Super Bomberman R, and also Pineapple Tetris 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I've also played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But I'm excited to hear more news about Splatoon 2. ARMS I'm still a little curious about, but it's just not grabbing me that much, even though I did play the demo. And of course, it's no secret, we want to see more of Super Mario Odyssey. Of course, I also like to see some new surprises as well. Maybe some of the Pokemon related. I'm hoping for something like the Shadow Pokemon series to make a return. I doubt that will happen, but you never know. One thing I'm really grasping for the Switch that I was really hoping would happen for the Wii U but never did I'm hoping that the whole virtual console thing, and I guess they're doing some weird stuff with it. But still, I'm hoping they announce some form of GameCube games to play for the Switch. I love to play Super Mario Sunshine again, Luigi's Mansion, Super Smash Bros. Melee, all those other good Nintendo games. Even Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. That would be awesome. But I do hope they do announce GameCube ports. That would be awesome, because I miss the GameCube, and we're moving on to technology to a point that the GameCube is looking very sloppy on television. And of course, I know a lot of people are getting sick of Wii U ports and stuff, but I'm also hoping for just a little bit more Wii U ports that deserves the attention that it's getting. For example, Yoshi's Woolly World, even though we got that on the 3DS as well. And trust me, I got it, so I'm not missing out, because I know I'm not missing out! But Yoshi's Woolly World would be ported for the Switch as well. It would be pretty cool, because I love to play that game in HD glory. But other than that... Oh yeah, that's right. Super Smash Bros. Nintendo, is no secret, we want a port for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Go to the Switch. No, call it Super Smash Bros. Deluxe, because that's what you've been doing! Throw some extra characters on there, some extra stages, you know what? Make Sakurai cry, you know? Let's go ahead and combine both 3DS and the Wii U together and make it all mushy and whooshy, and I'm really asking for too much, alright? All I'm asking though... Sorry, I got something in my throat. All I'm asking for though is I'm hoping to see a port of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U with all the DLC onto the Nintendo Switch, because I loved that game, but I think it'll be a lot better on this console. Let's just hope for a little hope of a new Animal Crossing for the Switch, maybe. Please. But other than that, I'm expecting no more, you know, so anything else Nintendo, go ahead and surprise me. Now for the Microsoft Xbox, I really don't care. Shooters. That's all I'm seeing, shooters. That's it. That's it, okay? I'm sorry, man, the Pittsburghs, I'm a disappointment! Those are the three big conferences. I know there's a few side ones I really do want to talk about as well. Let's go to Sega. I really like to hear more information about Sonic Forces. Sonic the Hedgehog, I love Sonic the Hedgehog, I've been a big fan. But lately I have been driven away from Sonic for a little bit ever since Sonic Lost World. That game... I don't know, I was so excited for it, and then I just realized how blind I was. The game was good, but I was looking back at Sonic in the past, and I'm starting to see, you know, I could see why people were getting a little upset. Sonic Generations is still the last good Sonic game I played. So Sonic Forces is looking really decent, it's looking really promising. The whole custom hero thing is such a weird idea that it might actually work. But more information, I want to know a little more about the story, a little more about the whole custom character thing, and I just like to, you know, see a little bit more Sonic Forces. I like to see, you know, a good full-on, you know, modern Sonic stage, you know, and just kind of give us a little more hype to introduce more characters. Who are we all expecting? How dark is this story going to be? Because I heard the story is going to be pretty deep. And also, Sega, I know that you're a little touchy with this topic, but even though I was hoping for this to be announced last year, it never happened. But there's some people that's asking for it. There's a lot of people I've been seeing that's been asking for it. Forget what IGN said, because they're a bunch of idiots. Oh, at least it's that one review guy, because he was just a pansy. But with Alien coming out, and of course new Alien movies coming, a lot of people have been asking for a sequel to Alien Isolation. This game, right here, if you have not played it and you're itching for a good horror game, pick this game up. Trust me, it's better than that last two. Alien Isolation was one of the best horror games I played in a long time. And the Alien AI was no joke, especially if you play it on hard or nightmare difficulty. This game deserves a sequel. I don't care how you're going to handle it. I don't know if you're going to continue the story of Amanda Ripley. Hell, I would like to see a viewer point of playing as Newt from Aliens. See how she survived the whole crisis ever since her parents were killed. I like to see Alien Isolation 2 be around Newt. That would be awesome. But anything for Alien Isolation, you know, I would love to see a sequel. A lot of other people will too. And you know what? Hope for the best. Oh. The camera died. Huh. Well, I guess we're going to have to continue on the video this way. So we can charge. Now for Bandai Namco. So, I'm hoping they'll throw in some surprises at least. First off, I'm really enjoying Little Nightmares. And I say enjoying because even though I did finish this game, there's still more to come. I purchased the expansion pass for Secrets of the Mall, so I'm really excited to play that DLC and upcoming content. So hopefully maybe if some more content is coming, I'd like to see them talk a little more about Little Nightmares. Even though I'm not really expecting it, but you know, this game has been really good, so I really do hope they talk a little something about some upcoming stuff for Little Nightmares. Another thing I'm hoping that Bandai Namco will go ahead and announce is a little more about the upcoming Digimon story Cyber Sleuth, A Hacker's Memory. Now I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying this, but I'm sorry. It's my opinion. But this really did impress me a lot more than any previous Pokemon games as of late. And I mean, I'm going back quite a bit actually for that. Even though I did enjoy Pokemon X and Y, it just didn't give me, you know, the same feeling as Digimon gave to me. The Digimon story was actually really good, and if you're looking for a good classic turn-based style RPG, Digimon story is really good. You should really check it out. I know that Digimon didn't really have a good reputation about having good games, but they're coming back with full force. Even though Digimon World Next Order is okay, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth blew my mind. Pick this up. You won't regret it. But the sequel, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, A Hacker's Memory, I'm hoping they'll talk a little more about that, give us a new trailer. I know they're giving us a little bit of the plot of the meeting, but I'd like to see some more surprises for it. Maybe a demo. Now for Konami. I don't know if you're gonna show up or not for this E3, but if you're really trying to turn our hearts around and to forgive you, give me something Silent Hill, then we can talk. Now for Square Enix. It's been a weird wild goose chase when it comes to the Kingdom Hearts series. And you know what, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue and also replaying some of the older ones from 1.5 and 2.5. You know, I did play 1.5, 2.5 on PS3, but you know what? PS4 version is kind of more the definitive version because they actually updated the game. It's enough wagging your tail, okay? And stop chasing this tail of yours, Square Enix. Give us something good for Kingdom Hearts 3. We're all waiting. But please be good news. But other than that, you know what? I really can't think of anything else that I would like to see on E3 this year. It's my mind is kind of already drawn to blank because what I wanted to see is kind of already on the horizon. We at least know about it, and there's some stuff, you know, on the side that I'm hoping to see still. And of course, there's might be some things outside of E3 that people could start surprising us. I think one of the bigger things, and this is going to sting a few people, but I am still interested about this console remake that they're doing with Five Nights at Freddy's. I know E3 isn't really a thing for this, but I know that if they are really making these versions in development, I'm pretty sure they're at a stage by now to show us how they're looking at least. But you know what, other than that, we seem pretty good. You know what, I could also go for... Also for these games, I know they sometimes have news when it comes to E3, but they never really reveal them at the E3 building, but they do post videos once in a while during the big moment. One of those I'd like to see a little more about the new upcoming Danganronpa V3, because we all like this little demonic bear. We haven't really got that much trailers or any more information about the English version of Danganronpa, even though there's a lot of people that have probably played and watched the Japanese version already. They got all the information they need, but for people like myself that's just waiting up for the dub version, it'd be nice to see some more information or maybe like some new gameplay for it. Maybe a demo. A demo would be nice. And of course they are making a Earth Defense Force 5. I love Earth Defense Force. It's a freaking good, awesome, fun game. It's so stupid that it's fun. Very, for a low budget game, they know how to keep you entertained. But Earth Defense Force 5 is also coming. That game is looking really good. And I'm hoping we'll at least get some kind of release date or some kind of English version showing up on E3. Like I said, it's probably going to be outside of E3. It'll probably be some video on the internet. They'll just, go ahead and pop up. Because this is by Xseed. And I know Xseed, they like to keep their things on the interwebs. So with that said, that's kind of my wish list for E3 this year. It's not as big as it was for last year, but it's enough to keep me satisfied. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts though. What are you expecting for E3 this year? Until next time, catch you later.